All right, so our exec summary is a wrap. It looks great. Time to add a new page to our report. So just click that plus sign, double click to give it a new name. We're going to call it product detail. Now, if you hadn't guessed by the title, this page is going to be all about products. And we know that AdventureWorks wants the ability to drill down to individual product performance. And not only that, but be able to track things like order volume against targets, see how revenue has paced over time, understand forecasted future profits, and they even want to see the impact that various pricing adjustments would have on their company's profit. So it all sounds very complicated, but what we're going to do is break down those questions piece by piece and build a view that can answer all of them and more. So first things first, can't create a report page without a logo. So let's copy that AdventureWorks logo, drop it in here. And now what you may have noticed about our exec summary is that it provides a ton of information, but what it does not provide is a clear sense of trending. So we can see at this current point in time, how are we doing? How's our proportion of order volume? What are my top products by orders and profit? And so on and so forth. You can, of course, change the date slider to get a sense of trending, but it's very manual and it's kind of embedded into the view. So what we're going to do in our product detail right off the bat is create some trending insight using line and area charts, which are designed for that. So let's grab a line chart first. It's right here in the top left and kind of stretch it out. Now, what we're going to show here is profit trending. So it's in my sales table. We're going to go down to our total profit measure here, drag it into values. And when we do that, we don't really get anything helpful. We get a single point with the total profit. So to make this line chart meaningful, we need to provide or define an x-axis. And we're going to do that by picking a date field to determine the granularity that we want to track profit over time. So let's head to our calendar lookup up here at the top. And we've been doing a lot of monthly views. Let's get a little bit more specific, a little bit more detailed, and grab start of week. And we're going to drop that into the axis window. And we don't want these weeks rolled up. We actually just want the start of week. And there you go. So we're seeing a very clear pattern and trend of weekly profit over time, all the way to our current week, which is the end of June. So that's a great start. Formatting looks nice. Don't need to change anything with my y-axis or x-axis labels. What I will do is tweak the title in my formatting pane. So let's drill into title and just name it weekly profit. And there you go. We just built a line chart. Super simple. Now to show you an area, I want to copy this line chart. Control V to paste it. I'm going to drag it right here underneath. And in this case, we're going to visualize returns. So head into our field list here. We're going to need to drill into our returns table. Grab that total returns measure, drop that one in, and we'll pull profit out. Now, first things first, we'll need to change our title. Instead of weekly profit, now we're looking at weekly return volume. There we go. And to stick with our theme of representing negative metrics like returns in red, let's go ahead and adjust the data colors while we're in here as well. So I'm going to make it kind of a mid-red like that. And now let's change this from a line to an area. And basically the only difference between a simple line chart and a simple area chart when you're viewing one series of data is that the area chart is filled. So think of it like a line with fill underneath it. So didn't really add much value here by changing it from a line to an area. Generally speaking, where area charts really shine is when you're comparing multiple series. So to give you a little demo, we'll head back to fields and you'll want to drag something into the legend. And this is basically what categories do you want to use to break down your data, your return data. And for something like this, you want to use a category that doesn't have many unique values, because things can get overwhelming pretty quickly with area charts. So a good candidate here would be our product category, which only has 3 active category names. So when we drag category name into the legend, you'll see that it's created all 3 series kind of overlapping each other. So you've got the red series, which is clothing. You've got the green series, which is accessories, and the gray kind of behind here, which is bikes. So some people really like the default overlapping area chart. I actually prefer a variation of the area called the stacked area chart, which takes those same series and it literally stacks them on top of each other. So there's no overlap whatsoever. Now you can clearly see both composition as well as trending. In other words, by tracking the top line of this list, you can see the total return volume over time. And then by analyzing individual slices, you can get a sense of how many of the orders for that given week came from accessories versus bikes versus clothing. So that's a quick kind of crash course in areas and stacked areas. In this case, because we're going to be looking at individual products here, there's no need for a legend field. There's no need to break down the returns any deeper. So I'm going to get rid of the category name here. And we can use either stacked or standard. As you can see, one series, meaning it doesn't really make any difference. And I'm going to leave it just as it is here. So this is just a start. We're going to continue to evolve this view, add more visuals, explore some more features. But for now, this looks good. So there you go, line charts and area charts.